Good evening and welcome to another evening of CSEC Biology Live with Mr. Wilson. This evening, we're not going to be looking at the content. Might I say welcome to Atisha and the other persons who are locked and loaded and ready to go. So to review a document from the CSEC which outlines some of the changes that we're going to be expecting, or we should expect, for the 2021 examination. So the document is titled Treatment of Syllabuses and the School-Based Assessment for Administration of Examinations in 2021 Handbook. Now, a lot of students would not have had access to this document, and in some cases, students would not know what to expect. Only yesterday, persons were messaging me to find out what were some of the expectations from the CSEC. Might I use this opportunity to remind us that I am not an employee of the CSEC. I am not an employee of CXC. However, I do assist with preparation for the exams. So herein, the coverage that I'm going to be providing this evening is based on my interpretation and opinion. Might I also say that the document that we will be reviewing is not the property of Mr. Wilson. It is not the property of CSEC Biology, the cover page. It is, of course, the property of CXC, and all we're going to be doing is to review the document. We're going to be looking at all the subjects and the expectation for the exams that we will sit in short order. And so I encourage us, I ask us to invite your friends on over, whether they're doing biology or otherwise. It will be very important for them to join this chat so that we can all look at the document and be prepared for the examination that is just around the corner. I'll be reading bits and pieces of the document. However, I am going to be looking at the specific subjects as would have been outlined by the CXC, the changes that are there for some, and of course, there are some subjects that there is no modification. Now, you can tell me in the chat, what are your thoughts? It is fair to say you agree or don't agree. The truth is, this show is in no position to change what's written. All that we will do, and I repeat, is just to review the document and, of course, to make those who are not aware become aware. So we're just going to dive right into the document now, and you can tell me what you think as we go through the document. So it starts by saying, note, the modifications/adjustments included in this document are proposed for the treatment of school-based assessment SBA for candidates sitting CXC or sitting the CSEC and CAPE examination in May-June 2021, and in some instances, May-June 2022. These modifications/adjustments represents the minimum, might I emphasize, the minimum agreed requirements for those candidates who are unable to complete the SBA as defined in the individual syllabuses as a result of COVID-19. Candidates who are able to complete the full SBA as outlined in the individual syllabuses are encouraged to do so. Where activities are done online or candidates either videotape themselves or are videotaped, the school should ensure that parental consent is received prior to executing SBA activity using this method. So clearly here, the CXC is saying that while they have made some amount of adjustment, and the adjustment is just a minimum requirement, those students who are able to complete all the SBAs as are outlined by the syllabus should do so. What do you think about that bit? Let me know. So I want to know if the questions would be easier because most persons are behind. Well, I'm going to be covering all that. The document nicely cover all that. So we're going to be looking at that and what the CXC is saying in this final document for the preparation of 2021. It says June, July examination. The next thing, if I feel we should do out all the SBA because they all are important. Well, the CXC at no point is saying that person should not do the SBA. The CXC did not say that. The CXC, persons who are able to do all the SBAs should do all the SBAs. It also continued to say that those with limitation, they are allowed to do less. And you're going to hear what the modifications are as we go through this document. And I do encourage and welcome the feedback from you as we peruse this document to make ourselves better prepared for the exam for June, July. Let's look at the background for this document. Now, the document says the global corona COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in an unprecedented crisis in all areas, including health, travel, and education. As a result, a large number of students are unable to attend schools because of a wide-scale closure mandated by regional governments in an effort to contain the spread of a virus. In early 2020, there was massive closure of educational institutions across the Caribbean, and face-to-face classes were abandoned in some countries from as early as March. While most territories moved swiftly to the online modality, the implementation of online teaching as a way to continue the engagement of students has presented its own set of challenges. And there are three bulleted points that they are highlighting here. The first challenge that they have picked up in their survey is that there's a connective number of the CXC partner territories. The second thing, there's of course lack of access to devices and low participation of students. Many of CXC participating territories are reporting participation rates as low as 20% for a number of schools. What do you think about that? The CXC is saying that we're human. We understand, we are concerned. We know that you're having challenges, but we do have a business to run, of course, and we want to meet you at a spot, at a place where you are still able to function. So CXC is well aware that there's connectivity issue. CXC is well aware that many persons are not going to classes. CXC is well aware of the whole access to gadgets. And for that reason, this document is presented that persons might be prepared the way they should for the examination. It says, additionally, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused severe disruption in the teaching learning process, resulting in reduced instruction contact time as a result of a delay start to the 2021 academic year. In some instances, schools resume classes primarily online in October 2020 rather than the traditional September start of the academic year. In light of the foregoing, there have been calls from a number of territories for the Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, to consider the revision of requirements for syllabus coverage as well as school-based assessment, SBA. I'm going to up over a bit of information here, and I'm going down to 3 summary points that they actually reached from a meeting that was held. And these 3 summary points are going to be the salient point as to how we move forward as we prepare for the exam. So in light of the foregoing, 3 board decisions were made, and these are the 3 board decisions. Listen carefully. 1, no change to be made to the SBA as the SBA has defined in the syllabus would not require any major adjustment as a result of COVID-19. That is one of the decisions they have made. 2, changes to the SBA requirements, that is a reduction in the number of practical assessment. So one thing they are saying that they are going to, in some cases, reduce the number of practical, but they are not really going to change the SBA. The other thing is that changes to the approach to the implementation of the SBA, they are going to be looking at that. Now, I just upturned over a bit of information, and I'll tell you in summary what it said, that bit of information I moved over. The information is saying that CXC offers 3 tiers of exams. There is the CXC, CSEC examination, the CXC CAPE examination, and the CCSLC examination that are offered. Now, the CXC is saying the syllabuses designed for various levels are intended to provide a comprehensive coverage of requirements for candidates at that level. That is, the CCSLC syllabus represents a comprehensive coverage of requirements at the lower secondary level. Then they are saying the CSEC represents a comprehensive coverage of requirements at the upper secondary level. And then there is the CAPE at the post-secondary level. The knowledge, skill, and abilities required at each of the level distinguish one level from the other. So in essence, what they are saying here, they are in no position to change the SBA or to significantly reduce the current offering. If they were supposed to change the CXC and make it easier, what they would be doing is to change it, and instead of offering CCSLC and CSEC, they would just be offering 2 CCSLC. And that is not the direction in which the CSEC is going. So as a result, they have made some modification which will still keep the exam tiers well defined. Let me look at what Otisha Gray is saying. And yet they ain't dropped the costs. A lot of people lost their jobs. I understand that a lot of persons would have lost their jobs. And might I remind you that I am not an employee of the CSEC. But you have to remember that the CSEC is a business, right? So the operation costs could have remained the same or even more. So we're going to be looking, because of the time, I am not going through the entire document. I'm going to just touch the parts that are really, really important to you. You want to know what is going to happen to the various subjects that you are doing. Now, if you are out there in distant land, it would be wise for you to log on and be able to ask your own questions. For those persons who are not logged on as yet, please join us so we can have this conversation so that we can be prepared. Now, the option to fail is not one that we will consider. The option to give up is not one that we will consider. As soon as I move into the proposed plans from the CSEC, you can tell me if you think that these are fair. You can tell me, or in some cases, I might be able to make suggestions as to how we overcome the hurdles. We're going to start by looking at the subjects themselves. So we want to look at additional maths first. What is going to happen to add maths? Now, add maths SBA requirement is usually a research project. Sad for some, and might be most ideal for others, no adjustment is necessary for this project. Candidates should be able to complete tasks using available technology. So for additional maths, everything remains the same. Let's look at agricultural science. And we're looking at the single award. And usually the SBA requirement is a investigative project, preparation of cost analysis, assessment of practical skills. Now, the CSEC is saying, or CXC is saying that the single award, this is what will happen. 1, practical skills, no change to the number of practical skills to be completed. You'll have to do the same amount of practical. 2, investigative report, no change to the 2 investigative report for 1, crop and animal. 3, cost analysis, no change to the 2 cost analysis be completed. So there is no change based on what is said here for agricultural science single award. For the double award, practical skill, no change to number of practical skills to be completed. 2, investigative report, no change to the 2 investigative report. 3, cost analysis, no change to the 2 cost analysis. Market planning or marketing plan, no change to the marketing plan. So there's no change for agriculture. But it gets rather interesting for biology. Do we have any agriculture student there who wishes to say something about the proposed plan from the CXC for agriculture, both single and double award? We'd love to have this conversation now. We're going to be looking at what is proposed for biology, the CSEC biology. And it's very important that all students are aware of the proposal. It is very important that all students who are sitting these exams, you become aware of the proposed plans. Let's look at biology. So biology is usually an investigative project, practical. And this is what will happen. So the administration decision, we're going to be looking at that. All right, the first decision that they made, and they made 9 decisions for biology while they made 4 for agri. The first decision for biology, the number of practical assessment to be reduced to 8. Now, one will recall that biology students were required to do a minimum of 18 labs. However, 8 labs would have been assessed by the CSEC. Now the CSEC is saying that, listen to me, you are now only asked to do 8 of those 18. Let's talk about those 8. The candidates must conduct at least one practical assignment for each of the 7 compulsory topics as outlined in the syllabus, plus one other topic. So you will recall that there are 7 topics in the back of the syllabus. 7. You would have like photosynthesis and respiration, where it says either. Diffusion and osmosis, I think it says either. I can't recall any other where there's either there. However, those 7, as is listed in the syllabus, they are to be completed for the 2021 examination, and you are supposed to do one other. Let's continue with what the proposal or the decision from the CXC is. It says each skill, planning and design, observation, recording and reporting, analysis and interpretation, manipulation, and measurement should be assessed at least twice. So for all these skills I have just named, planning and design, ORR, AI, MM, they should be assessed at least twice. Decision 4. The investigative project remain the same as stipulated in the syllabus. And you know, the investigative project has to do with the implementation from your planning and design. Let's continue. 5. Where candidates are registered for multiple sciences, a single investigative project may be submitted. So what it means is that you might be able to submit just a single implementation, but if I were supposed to advise you as students, I would suggest that you do all the work from all your teachers, because of course we're going to try our best to enter the better grades. Let me look at what we're saying here and then I'll continue. Yes, I do have problem with that, sir. You're an agri student, Otisha? Or sir, will the 18 labs will be done and just, I don't understand, Kevin. I don't understand what you're saying. Oh yes, you're an agri student, Otisha. Otisha, there's a Jamaican Mr. Chin. He's my classmate. I think we did we did a degree together. We did it. He's my friend. We were in the same class. There's a Jamaican Mr. Chin's teaching. He does agri. Have you subscribed to his channel? He's doing great. Mr. Chen's teaching. Sure. You try to watch him, and what is the challenge? I'm a brethren, so I can like ring him up and tell him say, Otisha, now enjoy what I go on. And what's happening? Are you getting through with Mr. Chen's teaching? Is it fine? What's the challenge? Kevin, I'm not too sure what you're asking, but I'll answer this way. The CXC said that it is a minimum requirement. So if I, your teacher, decide that I want to give you 2 labs in the syllabus because I have the resource to ensure that you get it, then that's what is expected of you. So while the CXC is saying that it is 8 labs, the CXC also said that if you are in a position to do all the labs, then you should go right ahead and do that. Can't understand him. All right, Otisha, we have to talk about that one-on-one to find out what is really understanding. The background is louder than him. What is in the background, Otisha? I haven't looked at his video for a little while. What is in the background? I'll talk to him though. I'll definitely talk to him as soon as this live is finished. Kevin, sir, I am asking if we will be doing the 18 labs and CXC will choose 8. Well, it has always been like that. It has always been that we do 18 labs, and the CXC is going to, of course, mark the 8 labs, 7 plus 1 in the syllabus. However, let us not be fooled. When we do 18 labs, remember the 18 labs are on the syllabus, so some amount of those labs will be on the exams, not just probably the 8. So we don't want to say that I'm doing 8 and not 18. The experience is very, very good. I remember if you are planning on studying further, you are definitely going to need that laboratory skill. All right, let us look at the other things that the CXC is saying about biology. So I think we were at a 6 now. Now the rules we state, there's a rule that state that no more than 2 skills should be assessed for any experiment. The CXC has relaxed that rule. So of course, an experiment could of course assess for more than 2 skills. Now, CXC is also saying that the measurement and manipulation, or the manipulation and measurement, whichever way you want to call it, skill is the only practical skill that may be need that the need that let me just do that myself. CXC is saying that the skill is the only skill that will be required to assess face to face. So that was expected. You really can't stay here and say that somebody can measure some water somewhere or measure the length of something else and you have not seen them doing it. So CXC is saying that the lab, students will have to come in front of the teacher. Students will have to come to school in order to do the lab. Now look what is happening for point 9 for biology. Let's look at that. For the final point, the administration decision for biology, they are saying that teachers should indicate how each lab was conducted. Listen to this part. Whether face-to-face or virtual. And what virtual mean is that you could have simulation where we're using those nicely programmed simulators. It could mean a demonstration like Mr. Wilson would have carried out osmosis or diffusion, and I would have recorded it and you would have seen it. Or it could have been, of course, or it could have been something that you just see the teacher doing it probably on a live. You're on Zoom and you're watching the teacher doing it. Or you could it could actually be a YouTube video. So you would have seen a lot of YouTube videos where I'm doing simulations and all of that. And the truth is, for those persons who are watching, I have completed all the lab except nutrition and disease. So I've completed all 6 labs out of the 7 labs that are in the back of the syllabus. And they have been uploaded to my channel at CSEC Biology, the cover page. CSEC Biology, the cover page. You're going to type that into YouTube. When you get onto YouTube, you'll see the circle that says CSEC Biology TCP. Click on that circle there. It will take you to the channel. When you get onto the channel, click the playlist. When you click the playlist, go on down to labs or experiment, whatever name it is called, that playlist. And then you will see all the virtual labs, all the labs that I have done that you can do to fulfill the requirements of the CSEC. Now, the relevant material should be made available. So once you would have watched these labs and your school would have decided that they are using the labs from Mr. Wilson CSEC Biology, the labs will be there until CXC. So once I know that, for example, Otisha School is using my labs, I am definitely not going to remove the labs from YouTube. They are going to be there until your school would have completed the internal assessment. Well, that is when the moderator comes. I would not move them. Once I know that you would have used them, I would have to make them available for your moderator to see that the labs were done, and of course, they are at the standard of CSEC. Let me see what's happening here. Hi, Shaquila Lewis. So CSEC Spy. Sir, I have observed that labs are sometimes assessed on paper 2. Not only paper 2, it is assessed on paper 2, paper 1, and the alternative SBA. Yeah, question number 1 of your paper 2 is usually a laboratory activity. Question number 1 of your paper 2. And on the multiple choice paper, labs are littered right across the paper. If you go to my channel and you were supposed to look at a past paper, multiple choice, you'd see that the labs are littered right across the paper. Are there specific labs on the CSEC biology syllabus? And if so, where can I find them? Of course, like I have just said, CSEC Spy. I have just said CSEC biology, the cover page. We have actually done 6 of the 7 labs that are in the syllabus. Now, the syllabus has 42 labs. And in the back of the syllabus, there are 7 labs. And these 7 labs, the CXC is saying that they must be done. Must. And it's in bold, capital, must. The CXC is saying that you must do these labs. And I'm going to call them out. And not only that, if you go to my channel, and you will see something, I think the video says online SBA guide. You could send me a comment and I could tell you from my channel. You will see me, there's a table there that I have with all the labs that are supposed to be completed. And I also proposed the skill that should be assessed. So if you go to my channel, CSEC Biology, the cover page, you will definitely find where we have experimental skill or lab or SBA. I don't remember what it is called. You will definitely find all that guide to complete your SBA online. We have done simulations, we have done demonstration, everything is there. So CXC Spy, yes, it's in the back of the syllabus. I'm trying to bring up the syllabus as we speak. I am not too sure what has been happening, but I've been having a little challenge with the syllabus with the PDF on my system since evening, but it should come up. But I could tell you right now. So I could tell you, and I'll ask Butterpill just to type the labs that you are supposed to complete. I'll tell you the labs that are in the back of the syllabus. At my age, I tend to remember a few things. So let me tell you the labs that are in the syllabus that you should complete. And you can go to my channel and find them. I think the first lab is ecology. CSEC Biology, the cover page, we have done a simulation with the quadrat to sample for a plant species. There are many different types of plant species in that simulator. And also we do all the calculation of the sample that we did, and you could look at the video and do the same thing for yourself. Everything is explained in the video. The quadrat is thrown. It is explained how you should use the quadrat. So for ecology, if you are sampling with the quadrat, that is well taken care of based on the CXC syllabus by CSEC Biology, the cover page. And I encourage you to go on over to the channel and look for that video with the quadrat. If you can't find it, just type on any one of our video, click on the comment, send us a message, and I'll personally send you the link to the respective videos. Let us continue. Let me see what's happening. So I said ecology. The next thing is going to be photosynthesis. So you can do photosynthesis or respiration. Now, we did not do that. What we did all the labs in the syllabus for photosynthesis. CSEC Biology, the cover page, we did virtual labs for all the labs that CXC has asked to be tested for, or to be demonstrated, or to be carried out for photosynthesis. All those labs are on our channel. We have also completed, I'm sure, and uploaded 2 labs for respiration. One where we're using a mouse in some jars or in a jar, and one where a person is breathing into some lime water. And we're also going to be doing an anaerobic lab that will be uploaded in short order. So we have touched photosynthesis. We have touched, of course, ecology. Now it also asks us to do diffusion or osmosis. We have uploaded diffusion. The syllabus is asking us to do diffusion of solid in liquid or liquid in liquid. We have uploaded a solid in a liquid. And the solid in a liquid was potassium permanganate diffusing in water. So we still have that liquid in liquid to upload, and we could do it. We have also done osmosis with the potato strip. That has been uploaded as well. So we have touched, follow me again. So we have touched ecology, movement, which has to do with diffusion and osmosis. We have also touched photosynthesis and respiration. We have also uploaded a number of the food tests. We did yesterday. We uploaded of course virtual lab simulators for test for starch, test for reducing sugar, test for protein. We're going to upload this evening the actual lab that will show the emulsion test. That's a fat test. And then we're going to do the translucent spot sometime next week. And of course, the non-reducing sugar will be uploaded shortly, probably by tomorrow. Tomorrow night, thereabout, the non-reducing sugar will be uploaded, right? So we have done that as well. So we are what, at 5 labs? We are at nutrition and disease. We have also uploaded that, and all these labs I made mention of just now, they are compulsory lab. Probably I should type them. I did ask somebody to type them for me, and you're not typing them. You want to help me, no man. So I've uploaded ecology. Ecology is on my channel. All right. I have also uploaded diffusion. I'll come back to the document very shortly. I've uploaded osmosis. So we have that, and it's in line with the CSEC syllabus. We have uploaded all the photosynthesis labs. We have uploaded all the photosynthesis lab. We have uploaded respiration. We have uploaded food tests. However, though we have uploaded food tests, we still have non-reducing sugar to upload, and we still have the grease spot test to upload. And we did say that we are going to upload the emulsion test this evening. Am I forgetting any other labs? Which one I did not make mention of? We're at food tests. Germination. Germination is also up. Germination. We have also uploaded genetics, where we are looking at continuous and discontinuous variation. You can go to the lab, it's all there. Does that, can you say if that would cover all 6 labs that we uploaded? So nutrition and disease, that include the planning and design. We have not uploaded anything for planning and design, but that will be done by next week, I think. We are not going to be uploading an implementation lab because we think that the implementation is nicely covered in the back of the syllabus. So we suggest to everyone to go on over to the internet and download a copy of the syllabus and look at the implementation. Of course, we are going to be giving some labs that we'll be giving to our students. I think we are going to be testing, of course, we're going to try to find out whether or not mosquito prefer dark colored clothing or light colored clothing. And we're going to be looking at some anaerobic respiration. I think probably making alcohol or something like that we're going to be looking at. So let me see if I missed any questions so I can up and back to the document as we bring closure to what CXC has asked for. So what we have not done as a lab for biology is the nutrition and disease. So remember, you can go on to CSEC biology. CSEC biology, the cover page. And just click the playlist. When you go there, you select the playlist, and of course, you will be covered. So remember, the name of the channel is CSEC Biology, the cover page. We have the 6 labs in the back of the syllabus that you are expected to cover. But we said 6. There are other labs that we have online, but we made mention of those 6. But I think we have probably some close to 25 labs online. I will continue to upload labs. We have the soils lab over there that will be uploaded. We also have enzyme labs over there that will be uploaded. So go on over. And if it's not what you're looking for, or if it's more than you're looking for, just send us something and acknowledge what we have done, and we'll definitely look into what's there and continue to do good work. So Atisha is saying, sir, are we to submit the labs in our books? I am unsure about that part because I was told 3 different things. What were the 3 different things that you were told, Atisha? And this is in Guyana, right? You were told 3 different things in Guyana. Let me know what you were told and let me see how best I can advise you. Okay, while I wait on Atisha to respond, I will bring closure to the biology aspect based on the decisions that were made by the administration of CSEC. We are next going to be looking at Caribbean history and then we are going to look at chemistry. We're going to be looking at all the subjects offered by the CSEC this evening, and we are going to see how best we can assist where we can assist. Not that we can assist with all, but of course, if you are in the know, you will be able to ask informed questions. We want you to be able to ask informed questions. So if you're still out there watching, if you know a child that will be sitting the CSEC examination, any of the CSEC examination or the CXC examination, be it CAPE or CXC, any one of the exam, it is very important for them to watch this live so that they can be in the know. We don't want persons to be scared because they are not too sure what will happen, and there's always a ghost story around SBA being difficult and I will not be able to complete the SBA because I don't have enough time. CXC has put things in place to treat with that. Like I have said, I am sure for CSEC Biology, the cover page, the CXC saying that you are supposed to do 8 labs. We have already covered 6 of the compulsory lab that you should do. And we have other labs that you could choose to do any other lab. And all our labs are written, are illustrated to meet the requirements of the CSEC syllabus. Go on over to CSEC Biology, the cover page, check our lab. I think I probably should go on over there and send you a link to the labs. So I'm waiting on Otisha to tell me what is it that she was told about the SBA labs as to the submission. So I'll send you a link to my channel for those persons who are doing biology. And if you are doing physics, integrated science, HSB, or chemistry, it would be wise for you to go on over. For those persons who are doing HSB and integrated science, at least you're going to need to look at the food test among other tests that we have on the channel. You're also going to need to look at the format for writing up the lab. We have the format all well explained and example on the channel, so you want to go on over to ensure that you are in the know. I strongly suggest that we don't wait on January before we get started. It's time for us to have this dialogue with our teachers so that we can be ahead of the game. All right, so I am going to be sending you a link to, there are 25 labs, our 25 experiments here. I'm going to be sending you. Hi, welcome to another CSEC SBA lab session with Mr. Wilson. Today, we'll be looking at doing the SBA labs in a virtual space using that which is available. It is important to note that the syllabus has 42 labs and we need just to cover about 18. All right. But you have no need to worry. I will be. All right. So there we have posted a. All right. And I'll send you this, the name of the playlist. I'll send you the name of a playlist as well. So for those persons who are having problem reaching that's the name of a playlist. The playlist is the best CXC Biology SBA Labs playlist, and that's the name of the playlist on my channel. And I've also sent you a link. All right. So it is saying here, Otisha Gray, to write, type it, and do both. Write, type, and do both. I am doing integrated 2. You're doing integrated science 2. All right, wonderful. All right, so this is what I'm going to tell you. You're supposed to do both. You're supposed to write the physical lab in your lab book, and you're also supposed to prepare an electronic copy of the lab. Now, if you are using, I don't know if your teacher will accept like diagrams. Diagrams are, and if your teacher will accept pictures for diagram, and you want to use the pictures from my channel, feel free to do so. If you want to use the pictures in your lab book, that's for students who are sitting the CSEC examination. If you want to use the diagrams from my channel in your lab books for CXC, that's fine. All right? That's fine. You can just use them. All right? So let us see what else is here. All right, so I hope I answered. Sir, I have a question. Go right ahead with the question. Don't say that you have a question. Just ask the question. So I hope I have helped with your questions, Otisha. If there are other persons out there with questions, let's clear them up now. Remember, we're going to moving on. We will be moving on to chemistry after we would have completed the questions or complete addressing the concerns for biology. So Shakila is saying the respiration lab, is it on your page? Shakila. Shakila? Yes, we uploaded the respiration lab that you are supposed to write up. That's for you and Kevon. Your lab was uploaded this morning. And it is an AI lab. It's an AI lab. And of course, you'll be getting some more questions that will go along with the lab. So the first thing you need to do is to look at your AI, look at the respiration lab, the one with the rat that was uploaded for you, and make sure that you understand why we use soda lime and all the reagents that we use there, and ensure that you are able to explain what is happening in all those 4 jars. All right? So you can start thinking about that, or you can send me a message so I can advise you. I understand that a lot of person will be working right through the holiday. Once I'm available, I'll provide some assistance. Do we have any questions, or can we move on? All right, wonderful, Otisha. So, Otisha, you are doing agriculture, you are doing biology, and you are doing integrated science. Is that the understanding? All right, so if you are doing all 3, I don't know. Yes, you're doing all 3. So then you have to stay to see what are the changes, if any, for integrated science. Are you doing chemistry and physics as well, Otisha? Otisha, I want you to send Mr. Chen a message. Tell him that you are my student and tell him the problem that you're having, and we'll talk, because you're saying that you don't understand a number of stuff, and I want to ensure that you're pretty much understanding what is happening. My son is also a subscriber to Mr. Chen's channel, so I want to ensure that what is there is you guys are benefiting from it. All right, so Kevin is saying, sir, so should the teacher review the soft copy, then the student write it out? I always hear students want teachers to mark the lab 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Now, if a teacher is going to mark your lab that many times, it is almost fair to say that it's the teacher doing the work. So what we have done, we have sent you example of how the lab is supposed to be written. Go on over to CSEC Biology, the cover page, and look for, I think, this diffusion lab written up, something like that. It's a trending lab on, I think that's one of our trending video today. And look at how the lab is supposed to be written. And I think we went through, the lab that we did is like an AI lab, so AI lab would cover everything. Look at it and follow the procedure there. I don't think that we have time to mark every lab 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. What it's best is that if you're having a challenge with some part of the lab, that you consult with your teacher before you write something so long, and then you can't reach teacher can't reach you, and you become all frustrated. Follow the guide that is on the channel. The guide that is on the channel, it is, of course, informed by the CSEC syllabus. Let me see what else is happening here. Oh, you're not doing physics and you're not doing chemistry, no problem. Solar, I am just doing HSB alone. All right, so there is some guide here for the HSB. I'll tell you in a short while what's the decision from CXC about HSB. So we're over with that. Kevin, I think so. Me scared to tell the man lol. All right, not a problem. I think Mr. Chen is one of the coolest fellow in the world, but I will tell him this evening. Are you using that same name with Mr. Chen, Otisha Gray? Is that the name you use with Mr. Chen, Otisha? Otisha? Okay, cool. All right, Mr. Chen has a live with you as well? Oh, he has a live, but you have never commented on his live. All right. I am going to be talking to Mr. Chen this evening, or probably I should just go right on now and just tell Chen to call me. All right, I'll send him a message for you, Atisha, and ask him to give you a talk. He's my brethren, like I say, my big time brethren, college mate. We studied together. All right, good. So I think that should be it for the biology aspect. So the takeaway from biology as to the administration decision from CSEC is that you won't be required to do the 18 lab unless you have the facility to do the 18 lab. The rule that formally stipulated that only 2 skills is supposed to be assessed for a experiment that has been relaxed. And of course, measurement and manipulation should be done face to face. However, all the other labs can be done virtually. Where the labs are done virtually, these videos or virtual means must be made available so that the moderator can see them to say that, yes, you did well or you did not. All right, so that's enough for biology. Wonderful. So if you're out there and you are a chemistry student, it is your turn. It's your time to ask all the questions. It's your time to be informed so that you can go back to your teacher and be in the know. Let's look at what is said for chemistry. So for Caribbean history, it's usually a research project for the SBA. No adjustment necessary. Candidates should be able to complete tasks using available technology. That is the decision from the administration of CXC. I can't speak to it. You would have to tell me in the chat what you think about it and that type of a thing. Remember that you can represent yourself. I think you can represent well, or I could probably provide you with some guidance where that is necessary. So we're looking at chemistry now, and like biology had nine outcome from the board. Chemistry has 9 just the same. And the SBA is usually investigative project or investigative project practical. So the first decision that they made is that the number of practical assignments to be reduced to 8. For chemistry, it's going to be 8 like biology. 2, candidates must conduct at least 1 practical assignment from each of the 8 compulsory topics as listed in the chemistry syllabus. I don't have a copy of the chemistry syllabus, but I do have a copy of the chemistry syllabus, but it's soft copy. So I could probably look at that. If you need to know, I would go on over and check it out and let you know. 3, CXE is saying that the skills, planning and design, observation, recording and reporting, analysis and interpretation, manipulation and measurement should be assessed at least twice. It is pretty much the same thing for biology. We would have gone through a number of these skills. We have a number of these videos in the lab playlist where you could go and learn how to manipulate and measure using various equipment. Now, 4, the investigative project remain the same as stipulated in the syllabus. Nothing has changed for that. Yengers, remember that we always have a Yengers. Every show we have a Yengers passing by. All right. 5, where candidates are registered for multiple science, a single investigative project may be submitted. And observe that it is not saying that a single investigative project may be done. It is saying submitted. So we're going to submit the one with the best grade. So you want to do all of them, and whichever one is the best one, you put some more work in it so you can max it. All right. 6, the rule which stipulates that no more than 2 practical skills should be assessed for any one activity will be relaxed. The same thing for biology. 7, the rule which states that each skill must be assessed at least 2 times, except for drawing, which must be assessed at least once, will not be relaxed. All right? So each skill must be assessed twice, and drawing, all that remain the same. Nothing has changed there. Measurement and manipulation skill is the only practical skill that may be required to be done face to face. So just like bio, it's going to be face to face. But listen to 9 and the final point here for chemistry. It is saying teachers should indicate how each lab was conducted, whether face to face, simulation, demonstration, or YouTube video. And of course, these should be made available for the moderator to see when they come to moderate the books. All right? Do we have anything that we want to see on chemistry? Any question we want to ask on chemistry? Speak now, or you might have to have that conversation with your teacher. So we went through it, and the rules are almost the same for biology as they are for chemistry. Do we have any question out there in distant land? If you are in distant land and you are not able to log on now, you probably need a YouTube account, and you can just ask your question and we will address it nicely so that you'll be comfortably seated in the know. All right? So we move on to another subject. We are going to look at economics. It's a research project, and SAD are happy to say no adjustment is necessary based on what CXC is saying. Candidates should be able to complete tasks using available technology. Now, EDPM, Electronic Document Preparation and Management, practical assignment. Listen to this. No adjustment is necessary. Candidates are familiar with working in technological mode. So you're using the computer and all of that. So EDPM, nothing was relaxed for that exam. Let's come on down. This one is sort of nice. English A and English B. Before we go to English A and English B, is there anything for EDPM that we want to say? Anything? Nothing? What her know, Otisha, you're doing EDPM? Otisha, are you doing EDPM? What happened to the others? The other persons who are doing the many subjects, the persons who are usually here. All right, so economics, EDPM. Let me see what Otisha is saying before I up on into English A. Open for a free pass. Free pass to what? To EDPM? What is it that you want a free pass to, Otisha? Where's Tanisha and the other guys out of Guyana? Oh, come on. EDPM is something that you probably could close your eyes and do. I know you can manage that. I think you're putting in the work and you're going to do well. So don't worry yourself. Just keep putting in the work and you'll be fine. I don't know anybody who works as hard as you, Otisha. You are always here. You are logged on to all the top classes in the Caribbean. You are with Mr. Chen, you are with Mr. Wilson, and who know which other class you are going. So you have been able to stay in Guyana and find all these teachers across the Caribbean and tap into the knowledge. You must be doing well. You must be doing well. I'll have to ask Mr. Chen I'll ask Mr. Chen about all my students that he would have over there. All right, let us move on into the English to see what CXC butter pills. Yeah, with Mr. Chen as well. Tell me what you're saying quickly before we move on. Yeah, with Mr. Chen, you're an agri student as well. Mr. Chen is over there in St. Mary. Oh, you're not an agri student. You're an EDPM student. Butterpill, you're from Guyana, right? No. You're from Guyana? No, Jamaica. Cool. So, I'm not too sure what that emoji means. You want to help me with it? The emoji. Help me with that emoji. Butterpills. we're going to be looking at English in a few. I'm going to make you guys hungry. I don't know. I'm having a bit of chocolate. All right, I'm going to put it away. I don't want to but I really felt like I needed a little bit of sugar just now. Sorry, I was clapping for Otisha. Okay, no, you don't need to be sorry. That's fine. That's fine. All right, so let's move on. Let's look at English. What does that mean for English? So English is this big subject that almost everyone would be doing. You have English A, English B. So first, I'm going to be looking at the SBA requirements, and it says it's usually a portfolio, plan of investigation, then you have an oral presentation, then you have participation measure, and then you have quality group behavior, and then you have written report. And then I'm seeing something down here. I do hope I understand. The first three areas are marked for each candidate. The last two areas are marked as group. And then two, it says each student to submit an individual portfolio. Now, the CXC is saying the administration decision is that no adjustment is necessary for English A and English B. The oral component may be done face-to-face or virtually using available technology currently used for teaching and learning with the camera so that the teacher may score the presentation. For group work, the student can be organized in their group and can meet face-to-face or virtually using the platforms available to work on their projects. So there we have it for English A and English B. What are your views? Have you discussed this with your teachers already? Are you now ready to go? Because the CXC is saying, listen to me. All this can be done using the technology, So for all those persons who are still waiting on January and February and all of that, when everybody might be using the technology, and then you know that the speed of the technology might be a little slow, you know what is likely to happen. So I suggest to teachers and students to have that dialogue. Start deciding where you're going to be getting your videos from. Make sure that you'll be able to access those videos at the time of moderation. Remember, to download the videos is illegal. It's people's intellectual property. So you don't want to rip things from the internet, thief things to make student. I think you can just write. I think when you go into person's YouTube channel, you can write them, or the school can write them. Well, for me, this year I am like really loyal. I'm like really nice. Whichever school want to use my platform and use mine, they can just send something to me so that they are going to be using mine, and I am not even going to be asking them for $1. Once it is education, once it is CXC, once it is student, this year for the 2021 exam, I am offering everything free to schools. So they can go on over, they can look at what I have there. And if it's not to their suit and they want to propose something, and I have the time, can write it, I'll write the simulation for them. You don't need to pay me anything, but don't download the videos. Watch the videos online. All right? So talk to your teacher about it. Invite them on over. Tell them that CXC said that these things can be done virtually, and only like measurement and manipulation and like the presentation must be done face-to-face. All right? We need to remind the teachers. Based on what I heard yesterday, teachers calling me to ask me, it is clear that a lot of teachers still don't know, and a lot of students still don't know. Hence my reason for doing this presentation. Let me see what's happening here. Hi, good night. Angel Moore, how you doing? Alina Johnson, how you doing? We're having a review of a document from the CSEC examination, or from the CSEC, or the CXC, that speaks to what should happen with the SBA moving into the 2021 examination. And for the greater part, there are some changes, but minor changes to some. And of course, to others, there are no changes. as a CXC saying that we could use virtual means and other technological means to have them done. I have been saying to everyone, I'm making it clear now. You can hold me to my word. You know that I said that I'm going to be here 5:05 in the evening. I'm going to be here 5:05. Once I send you something that I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here. And it's the same type of thing. I'm saying this evening, I have uploaded 6 of the videos that are required for biology on my channel. The videos are, and they are in the chat if you go in the chat, the videos are ecology, where quadrant is being used. Your teacher could decide to use any color of the plant, and they could also use a multiplier. When I say use a multiplier, if you're using, like, for example, the yellow plant, and when you sample, the teacher could say, for example, the yellow plant, each plant represent 3 plants, that type of thing. And they could use time multiplier. You have the millipedes and all of that. I have millipedes with the choice chamber. And what I use is a makeshift choice chamber. A choice chamber is something pretty much like 2 petri dish on top of each other, with one of the petri dish part in 4 and one on the top of a hole in the bottom. That's what a choice chamber actually looks like. But we use a box thing that you can see. And in some cases where we put the black on it, we still allow you to be able to see through the black in order to see the movement of the organism. And it is well explained and all of that. So you want to go on over there. So that is what we have been doing since even. I have also said, lol, my teacher will love that. I'm also saying for this year, you have to remember this now. Any school that wants to use my videos for their SBA, any school that wants to use my videos for their SBA, they can use it. Just send me something to say that I am from Otisha School and I seek permission to use your videos. I will make the videos available so you can use them. And at the time of moderation, they will also be available for the moderator. Now, if you did not say that to me, then you can't hold me responsible if I remove them. All right? So we want to have that. There's no cost. Just send me something. Come and talk. Yes, you're using the videos. I say, fine. Which of the videos you are using? Yes. And then I'm all that I'm going to be asking for is a feedback. Do you think I should change this in the video? You want me to do that? And we can do that type of thing. All right? And then none of the videos should be downloaded. I'll make myself clear. To download anybody video from the internet is a breach. Right? It's person's intellectual property, and they should not be removed from the internet. However, you can watch them from wherever they are. All right? Cool. But you know that from time to time we change the address on YouTube and all of that. So your assessor might come and they can't find the video. So I'm saying anybody who wants, any school that wants to use my videos for their labs, reach out to me. There is no cost. Watch the videos online, carry out your labs, and I will make the videos available so that your external assessors will be able to see them. So ask your head of the department to go on over to my channel, review the videos. If there's something that they need to change or something like that, we will tweak it free of cost. You can't get it better than that. It's all free. This year is like my Santa Claus year. Everything is free. It's my Santa Claus year. Invite on over your friends to subscribe and watch the videos to the end. I don't get paid from YouTube, you all know. But probably someday when you're all subscribed and the watch time is up, probably things might get better. So that is what we have been doing. Moore and Johnson, and we are going to be moving on. We have looked at a number of subjects so far. We have looked at biology and what's the modification for biology. We have looked at chemistry, and now we are going to be we looked at English A and B, and now we are going to continue looking at family and resource management. That is a subject that formerly we would have called OMIC, but now it has all changed. Now, the SBA used to be 3 assessments worth 60 marks awarded for practical skill, P3. These are to be chosen out of a total of 16 practical assessment. Assessment 1 and 3 are marked solely by the teacher using the mark scheme given in the syllabus. Assessment 2 is assessed jointly by the teacher and the moderator from CXC. All right, let us look at the decisions made by the CXC. CXC is saying the number of practical assessments to be reduced to 6. I don't know what it was before, but CXC is saying that they are reducing the family and resource management to 6. 2, they are saying the number of moderated assessments to be reduced to 2. I don't know what it was before, but it is now reduced to 2. A, assignment 1, teacher only. B, assignment 2, teacher and moderator. 3, where practical assignments are done by video capture, candidates are to be reminded that the videos of their assignment should not be static, but should be taken from different angles so that all skills can be captured for moderation. So it shouldn't be one place. I don't know. I think it would be better for whatever you're doing. You do some video must provide the permission for the recording and for the entry of such a video. CXC did say that. It says here for 2022, listen to this one. So we have been talking about 2021 all along. So for family and resource management for 2022, CXC is saying the number of practical assignment to be reduced to 8. Now, 2, it is saying candidates should have completed at least 2 practical assignments in year 1 and will be required to complete 6 in year 2. So we're looking at family and resource management. You can tell me in the chat what you think, or if we need to do some more interpretation, you can let me know. It continues in 3 to say candidates should be able to complete portfolio using 6 practical assignments completed in year 2. I don't know anything about the subject. I am just presenting the information as is given by the CSEC, and of course making it available to those persons who have not yet seen it, and of course to put our students right across the Caribbean in the know. We don't like to hear students complaining that they think that the chief examination body in the Caribbean is not doing so well and we're at loggerhead with the examining body. So I have made myself available to help to spread the word so that everybody can be prepared for the exam. Let me see in the chat what you're saying about family and resource management, as it were. I am not a teacher in that area, so I will listen to what you are saying. All right, so it's okay, I understand. Sir Otisha Gray, they did good. They did good. It was a lot before. All right, at least I am saying, hearing one person saying something good about CXC, that CXC was really considerate. That is good. Now that we can see the examining body being on our side, it means that the passes can only get better. And I think that the CXC is usually very, very clear in its position. It is that the information in most cases is not reaching to the person who need it most, and it is usually to the students. For whatever reason, might be some that CXC has outlined, access to technology, access to device, and other reasons. But Mr. Wilson is here, and I teach on this show, so I also made the information available on this show. And like I have said, while we do biology and HSB here, the students who do biology and HSB here, they also do other subjects. So it's only fitting that we share the information for other subjects, because we have no guarantee. We don't know if other teachers will be sharing it with the students. Let us continue to look at the document that has been sent out by CSEC for the SBA component of the examination. For French, oh, this is a big one. For French, it is saying no school-based assessment. Oh my. Note, removal of situation response from oral examination as done for July, August 2020 examination. So for French, no school-based assessment. And I'm reading from a document sent out by the CXC that says SBA Treatment Handbook. So I'm reading from that handbook and I'm sharing with you. Be reminded that this is not my content. CXC is actually the owner of the content. I am not an employee of the CXC, so I am simply just giving you my opinion, my views, and listening to your views as well as we go through this document to ensure that we have as many persons as possible be in the know. And that is, of course, teachers and students. So now we're going to be looking at geography. And geography SBA requirement is usually a fieldwork study. Geography is usually a fieldwork study. So we're going to be looking at that. Now, do we have any geography students here? Or there might be some out there in distant land. We're going to be sharing the information from CXC Read Geography now. So CXC is saying that teachers will need to provide clear guidance and carefully tailor the research project to accommodate the current COVID situation and the students' possible inability to travel far distance or engage with the general public to collect data. Teachers can use virtual field trips where the technology and their skill set allow. However, where virtual technology are used and students did not actually go into the field, this must be stated in the methodology. 3, conduct field trip in very small groups. This might require more trips if a teacher is leading the field trip. Small groups would facilitate COVID safety protocols being maintained. If the students are on their own in the field with the teacher guided remotely, then clear instruction and guidance are critical. 4, have the students undertake their field work within their communities to limit the need for travel or working in large groups. 5, design questionnaires using electronic survey tools, for example, Google Forms or SurveyMonkey, and send out via email or social media. 6, use telephone or online meeting platforms such as virtual platforms such as Zoom to host interviews. 7, consider field project based on relevant topics from the human and economic geography section of a syllabus. Example, changes in settlement pattern, urban land use, factors of industrial location, commercial activities. Evidence of student spatial awareness skills should be displayed through the project completed. Therefore, sketch maps are still important while students can use Google Earth map. Map must be drawn clearly annotated. Now, that was a whole lot of suggestions for the geography SBA. I don't understand much about the geography SBA, but like all the other SBA, here CXC has given a whole lot of suggestion as to how your labs can be completed. As to the number that is supposed to be covered, nothing is stated here, so please be guided by your respective teachers in your various domains. Now, is there anything that we want to say or ask about geography before we move into human and social biology? Is there anything we want to ask about geography or anything that you want to make mention of about geography before we move on into human and social biology? Well, for human and social biology, No school-based assessment required. Of course, school-based assessment are not required for human and social biology unless you are in grade 10 now. But for the students that are in grade 11, there will be no school-based assessment for the 2021 examination. All right? So we are now moving on into something else. This is the one we refer to as, there are many here. Let us look at these. This is a long list. We are now looking at industrial technology, electrical and electronic technology, mechanical engineering technology, building and furniture technology. Now, usually there is a portfolio of practical assignments developed over 2 years. Now, CXC is saying there is no change to the SBA requirements. All of these technical stuff, you know them, the technical department at school. CXC is saying that there is no change. So we are going to look at what is the decision from CXC. Read all these technical vocational subjects. Let us see what CXC has said. It said alternate strategies are allowed, including use of small group utilization schedules, synchronous demonstration, simulation of practical activities, and video capture demonstration should be used to facilitate coverage of competence. So down here it is saying now teachers are encouraged to, 1, use prototype mock-ups, 2, convert practical tasks to activities that can be safely executed at home, 3, investigate concepts and principles, 4, combine activities. All right, there's a little more that we need to look at to read the vocation. It is also saying supporting evidence may include scale drawings, sketch, CAD drawings, digital pictures, or storyboards of work done. All right, and you may also do a collage. So for those persons who are doing the tech voc, I'm happy or sad to say there is no change to the SBA requirements. However, the modality, how you are going to get it done, you will have to probably use some of the creative measures that are suggested here in the document. I do suggest to our students that you get in touch with your teacher, ensure that your teacher is in the know. And if your teacher, I'm asking the teachers as well to get in touch with the students to ensure that the students are in the know. We really don't want to leave anyone behind. And the earlier we are informed, the better prepared we will be. Is there anyone who has anything to say about what CXC would have said about those vocational areas? That's for Hurt Ed. I could do a 3-month and not have to do so much work. What's a 3 months? Which of the vocational subject are you doing, Otisha? Which of the vocational subjects? All right, is there anybody in the chat that's doing the vocational subject? Tell me what you have been doing so far. How has it been? What best practice would you like to share with the group of students here so that we can be like you, as successful as you are out there now? Share your best practice with us in any one of the courses. But tell me, Otisha, are you doing any of those courses, any of those technical vocation course? Is there anybody here doing any of those technical vocation course? Remember, if you're watching the live and you know somebody that will be doing the CXC examinations come 2021, invite them, let them know, inform them to join us on the live so that we can have a discussion around the SBA, whatever subject that they are doing. We want to have a discussion around the SBA and look at this document that was sent out by CXC to see how best we can implement it in what we're doing. So Atisha is saying in any one of those courses, Butterpill, what is the vocational subjects? Okay, I'll go back through that. I am currently doing a 4 months in foods. Okay, 4 months in foods. That is sort of over on the other side over there. So, but the all right, the vocational subject, what I call it, the technical vocation subject, would have been like industrial technology, and the options under industrial technology would have been those persons who are doing electrical and electronics, technology, technology, mechanical engineering, and then you have technology building and furniture. All right, building and furniture technology. So these are what I refer to as the vocational subject. Those persons, we formally say those who are doing electrical, those who are doing welding, those who are doing woodwork. That is, and those who are, I think, engineering. I don't know if auto is here. I'm not seeing anything about auto. Probably it's captured here. I don't know. All right, so you can tell me because you know more than I do, because I'm not in that area. You'd understand that I'm in the sciences, so I really don't know much about the technical vocation. All right. Yes, sir. What are you saying, Kevin? What is yes to? Have you been doing some vocational subject? What have you done so far? What's the best practice? What's the best practice, Kevin? As we wait on Kevin to respond, our next subject will be information technology, and it is usually a practical project which requires the use of digital productivity tools. Here, CXC is saying the decision is that no adjustment necessary. Candidates are familiar with working in technological mood. So, of course, the IT persons, this is the IT era. You should be very, very happy. It is like at home, just the same. You are right in your comfort zone. You're still using the computer. So, of course, CXC is saying that we don't think that you need to change anything because you have been doing well and you will just do better now. All right. Let me see what Kevin said. Kevin is saying, sir, I am doing mechanical. Repeat, sir. So I want to know, have you started your SBA? What are the challenges? Based on what CXC has said, the recommendations here, what do you think about them? So, Kevin, I'm asking you, have you started your vocational labs or your technical labs, whatever you call your subject? What is the best practice if you have started? And what do you think about what CXC would have said in the document I read just now? Remember, if you are watching, you must know a student who is doing CXC that is not informed. For them to be informed, I suggest to you to ask them to join this conversation by logging on to CSEC Biology, the cover page, and clicking onto the live, right? And they will be able to partake in the conversation. So we're going to look at integrated science. That's another subject for Otisha Gray. It's usually a practical assessment, investigative project. And the first thing that you look at here is the number of practical, it is saying here, the decision one, the number of practical assignment to be reduced to 8. And that is pretty much like chemistry and biology. Each skill plan and design, observation, reporting, and recording, manipulation, and drawing, analysis, all that thing, just like biology. All those should be assessed. All right, so it is saying all those skills must be assessed. The rule which states that each skill must be assessed at least 2 times, except for drawing, which must be assessed at least once, will not be relaxed. So it's like I said, chemistry and bio. 4, the rule which states that no more than 2 practical skills should be assessed for any one activity will be relaxed. Of course, the skill will have to be done face-to-face. The investigative project remain the same as stipulated in the syllabus. So pretty much for integrated science, the adjustments are going to be just pretty much the same as they were for chemistry and biology. Now, the last part here for integrated science, bullet point 7, it is saying teachers should indicate how each lab was conducted, whether face-to-face or virtual, simulation, demonstration, or YouTube video. The relevant material should be made available for the on-site moderation to verify it as evidence. And I have said already, I will make my videos available. However, schools, teachers need to let me know what video they are using so that it will be there for the duration. All right, mathematics. Is there anything on integrated science? Anybody want to say anything? Any input on integrated science? What have we been doing? What is the best practice? Yes, sir. I've started the SBA. Very good. Is there anything for integrated science? What do we think about what CXC would have said? Have we started the SBAs already? Or are we feeling? Are we confident? No. Oh, you love that. All right, cool. Once you love that, we're good. Remember to talk to your teacher. Your teacher can find me. Teacher, I can be found easily. Just like how you find me, your teacher can find me just the same. Or just help your teacher to find me. All right, so let's move on. We're going to be looking at mathematics, and it is usually a project. No adjustment necessary. Candidates should be able to complete tasks using available technology. So the persons who are doing mathematics, there is nothing in the bag for you. You will have to continue doing it the way you would have. For music, the decision, there's a sticky note here from CXC. It is saying the information will be shared through the local, regional, to the local, of course, registrar. So there's nothing I can tell you about music for the persons who are doing music. That information is not in this handbook. So you'll have to listen to the education officers, your principal, your heads of department, and of course your teacher as it relates to music and what's the final position on music. Office administration, project based on an investigation into a real or virtual office. It is saying that no adjustment necessary. Candidates should be able to complete tasks using available technology. So for OA, office administration, there is nothing in the goodie bag for you. Of course, you will have to move right ahead using the technology that is available. What about physical education? That's where we are now. We call it PE. So we're going to be looking at PE, and then we're going to take a stroll on over to physics to see what CXC is saying that the adjustments are for physics and PE, if there are any to look at. So is there anything we have to say about what we have just said about OA? Everybody is loving OA. I feel like CXC will be having a whole lot of wonderful passes this year because we're pretty much right in line with CXC and we're agreeing with what CXC is saying. So we can only look for good grades. So the decision by the CXC is that paper 3 SBA sports option, candidates should complete 2 sporting option in the case where candidates are unable to attend a practical assessment. They may, with parental consent, videotape themselves as instructed by their teacher and submit for marking. Now, portfolio. 1, retain the requirements of a paper, but ensure that it is a one-day competition. So retain the requirements of the paper and ensure that's a one-day competition. Not too sure what that means. All right, so 2, plan and execute activities that are considered to be low-risk sports or non-contact discipline. For example, track and field, shooting, cricket, passing, netball, football, tennis. So you could do some of those. We're going to listen to what persons have to say about PE in a bit. Others use online modality to deliver content where possible, prepare videos illustrating the skill, execution of the different sporting areas, and have students model the skill, and that is, of course, simulation. And 2, create PowerPoint presentation and videos for the 5 sections of the syllabus, for example, anatomy and physiology, body systems. And 3, prepare and upload content to the students' learning management system. So here the CXC is making a whole lot of suggestion for those persons who are doing PE. If you are a PE physical education student and you are listening, share with us what you have been doing, if these are things that can work, and of course, if they are working for you. Physical education is okay, but I dropped it. Not too many students are doing it. Here in Jamaica, I know that we have a lot of students doing it, and I know that the passes are really, really good. I need a team. What do you need a team for, Otisha? So we have just looked at physical education. We are going to be looking at physics now. And after physics, we are going to up on into Portuguese, principles of accounts, principles of business, religious education, social studies, Spanish, technical drawing, and of course, textile and clothing. We are going to be looking at the decisions that were made by the CXC. So let us move on into physics. Physics, I think, is like chemistry, bio, integrated science. Here you are saying for physics, the number of practical assignments to be reduced to 8. The candidate must conduct at least one practical assignment for each of the 7 compulsory topics as outlined in the syllabus, plus one other topic. Each skill, plan and design, observation, reporting and recording, analysis and interpretation, manipulation and measurement should be assessed at least twice. The investigative project remains the same as stipulated in the syllabus. Now, it is also saying where candidates are registered for multiple science, a single investigative project may be submitted. The rules which state that no more than 2 practical skills should be assessed for any one activity will be relaxed. 7, the rules which states that each skill must be assessed at least 2 times, except for drawing, which must be assessed at least once, will not be relaxed. 8, manipulation, that must be done face-to-face, like manipulation and measurement. And teachers should indicate how each lab was conducted, whether face-to-face or virtual, simulation, demonstration, YouTube videos. And of course, like all the others, you must ensure that the external assessor, the moderator, has access to these if they are used. What do we have to say about that? So, what do we have to say about the physics? Is there any physics student here? How have we been doing with the physics? Are these plausible? Have you started your physics assignment? Let me know in the chat. Remember, if you are watching the chat from the live and you know anyone that will be sitting the CXC examination, ask them to join us here on CSET Biology, the cover page. We are reviewing the SBA handbook from the CXC, the handbook that pretty much deals with the treatment of SBA for the exams of 2021 and in some case 2022. So if you are doing Portuguese, there is no school-based assessment. Principle of business, principles of accounts is a research project. No adjustment is necessary. And of course, principles of business, no adjustment is necessary. Religious education, no adjustment is necessary. Social studies, no adjustment is necessary. Spanish, no school-based assessment. So there will be no school-based assessment for Spanish and Portuguese. And I think it is the same for French. There will be no school-based assessment. I don't know if some persons are celebrating. I really don't know much about these subjects. I think I did Spanish sometime, and I think students, you would have something to compensate for, of course, that Spanish, if that SBA for the different languages, if you are not doing the SBA. Let me see. Come on and saying, yes, sir, I am doing physics. So have you started the SBAs for physics, Kevin? Alina Johnson is saying, I have started my physics SBA. All right, beautiful. The truth is, I am really rusty on physics. I did physics while I was studying, but I have never ever taught physics. So I am in no position to say that I could offer you some assistance, owing to the fact that I am so tightly pressed with biology and HSB. So I don't know. I don't think I am as good at physics and chemistry now. I have not taught them, and I left college yonders now. And you'd understand, if you don't use it, definitely you're going to lose it. So I am just assuming that Alina and Kevon, they are doing well with the physics. I don't know if it is simulation, but remember that whatever topics you're doing, guys, the CXC is saying that you should look in the back of the syllabus for those 7 labs. I suggest that you look in the syllabus for those 7 labs, and you type in the lab in in the search on YouTube, and see if you can find things there to help you. All right. Let us not get into this mood of giving up. Let us not get into this pity mood that CXC must sorry for us and just give us the grade on a platter. Let us work for it, because we can. We have enough time, and that is why I have made myself available, that persons can be in the know. I don't know how many persons here today listening or taking part in this conversation. How many of you knew about these things that I'm sharing with you before I started sharing today? If you knew about these changes before now, you could say, yes, sir, I knew about them. All right. So Atisha is saying it's a nice subject, physics. Yes, it is. I think that physics is the only place that maths come to life. I think that maths have no place until you go to the shop. But when you do physics, maths have true meaning. For me, I've never done accounts, so I can't speak to maths in accounts. Sir, we have started our labs. All right, beautiful. So everybody is doing some labs. All right, Alina Johnson, physics is very challenging, but it's fun. Alina, I can't speak like you, or I can't speak like you. I wouldn't say that it is that challenging. I wouldn't say that. But there we have Kevin. I don't know if Kevin is doing well, but you could probably talk to Kevin to find out what's happening with physics. And of course, I don't know. I could probably find somebody who does physics across the Caribbean and make some recommendation for you. I'm not too sure now, because I've not been doing much of that check. Um, um, Angel Moore is saying, yes, sir, I knew about them. All right, good. So Angel is in the know. Okay, I'm trying with maths, but when I feel I am ready. Let me tell you something about math. You see, maths is one of those things that requires practice. And I usually say to students, you complain about all these big words in biology. But when I tell persons my name, for the very first time, persons repeat my name, because they are thinking that 7 labs. Sir, I am confused. I am confused. Are we supposed to do the 7 labs only? No, I just said, Kevon, if you were listening, uh, they are saying do 8 labs plus something else. Go back through the video, have a replay of the video, and listen to what I said earlier. I really don't remember what I said. I was telling you guys, Otisha is saying that maths is sort of giving her a little fight, and I was saying that usually when I go to class and we pull some words from biology, students are saying these words are really, really big and hard. I can't remember them. And I would say my name to them or write my name on the board. And usually when I write my name on the board, persons would ask, that's your name, sir? And I'm like, yeah, that's my name. And I'm saying that just like you can remember my name, or you will remember my name soon after practicing, so too you will remember all these words. Now, my name, I am almost 1,000 year old. I, I, I am a very old man, one would say, or probably one would not say. And I am the only person in Jamaica with my Christian name. I am the only person in Jamaica that has my Christian name. Trust me upon that. I have done the checks. There's no other person holding a TRN, that unique number in Jamaica, that has my Christian name. To date, I'm the only Jamaican with that name. You know what they said to me at the office? They said that I must be careful because I am easily found. When I go to the utility companies or wherever I have to go that they need a TRN, I tell them that my name is my TRN. Nobody else in the country has my name. And I usually bet them, and I'm always winning. Nobody else in the country has my name. All right, so you understand that it can't be the easiest of names because, of course, you wouldn't be practicing the name because nobody else has that name. I don't know if it is cool, but I don't know, but I might be lucky or not lucky. I am the only person. Sir, if you're teaching it, I'm going to do it for sure. Uh, I don't want, my brother is a maths teacher. I don't know if my brother is doing it online, but my older brother, there are three of us and we are all teachers. My older brother, he is, I think he's a maths guru. I think he has a master's in maths or something like that, um, or actuary science, something like that. So it's not my area. I've not been doing that. So I would have to go and learn that little thingy thingy. I am more this bio HSB agri NV person. Those are my area. So at my age, I don't even know if I could learn anything new. Yeah, I'm always learning. Yeah, I'm always learning. I am always learning. That is what I do best. Reading, watching videos, learning. All right, let us look at the other subjects. I do hope that we have been doing well so far. There are some persons, or at least one person, who was, of course, in the know. That person said, yes, sir, I knew about them. And there are other persons who were not able to answer because the information is relatively new to them. Be it new to you or otherwise, I suggest that you share this information with others so that we all will be in the know. So we are going to be looking at technical drawing, and of course, it's usually a portfolio. We're going to be looking at the decision. We're going to jump on over to the decision from CXC, and it is saying that SBA requirements will remain the same with a focus on assessment pieces using CAD with face-to-face or online moderation. So they'll be using CAD. I do hope that all schools have access to CAD. All right, option 2, traditional drawing for those without access to technology. Yeah, because there are going to be some persons without the access to that CAD thing. Candidates will be assessed in the same mood as teaching and learning. So if you are doing the blended approach, I am assuming that the assessment for technical drawing that we call TD will be the same. So we're going to be looking at textile, clothing, fashion. Then we're going to be looking at theater arts. And after theater arts, we're going to be looking at, oh, theater arts is a long thing. There's so much to theater arts. Oh my, quite a lot. Whoa. Really? Oh my. It's pages of theater arts. Other theater artists will be visual arts. And I think that will pull the curtain down when we get to visual arts. I am not going to be going into CAPE unless there's somebody in the room that is actually doing CAPE. Then I will get into CAPE. Or probably the CAPE students are a little better informed, so they wouldn't have a need for the sharing of this information via the live. So we're looking at textile, clothing, and fashion. The number of practical assignments to be reduced to 6. And of course, moderated assessment to be reduced to 2. Um, Assignment 1, teacher only. Assignment 2, teacher and moderator. 3, where assignments are done by video capture, candidates are to be reminded that the videos of their assignment should not be static, but should be taken from different angles so that all skills can be captured for moderation. For 2022, practical assignments to be reduced to 8. Candidates should have completed at least 2 assignments in year 1 and now required to complete 6 in year 2. 3, candidates should be able to complete portfolio using 6 assignments completed in year 2. And then to theater arts, which is a long, long, long thing. And I am thinking for theater arts, let me see now. practical component. Option A, drama improvisation. Point to note, it is saying school to set up the needed equipment to ensure that pieces are done live, either face to face or online under exam condition. And then you have play making, and it's a whole lot there. If there's anybody in the chat that wants me to look at that, I will look at it. Outside of that, I'm going to be jumping over it, and I'm going to be asking you to head on over to the internet to find the SBA treatment handbook for December 2020 of the CXC from the CXC that advise you as to what the changes will be for the exam. But theater arts is a pretty long thing, long thing, which of course those persons who are doing theater art, they would really better understand. For visual art, school-based assessment is usually a portfolio. The number of assessment reduced to 2 pieces of work for, per expression form instead of 3. Candidates will be required to complete art pieces 2 and 3. Teachers may create illustration, videos for all expressive forms to guide students and have students record the process involved in making artifacts. So there we have it for all the subjects that are offered by the CXC for the CSEC examination. We did not look at theater arts, which is a long list there, but we do advise you to go on over to the internet and type in. You should be able to find the document. Sir, if you teach, okay, let me see here. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. I have a Merry Christmas. All right, thank you very much for joining me. This is how we will bring the curtain down for the first term of the COVID school year that started somewhere about October, as the CXC would have said. Just to remind you that the document that we just reviewed, it is not my document. It is a document from CXC that gives us the proposal or the decision, so to speak, made by the board of the CXC as to what will be done, what are some of the changes, and in some cases, no changes for the exams to come in June, July 2021. Thanks much for being here. I do appreciate the fact that you're always here with me. I can also assure you that I will continue to upload the labs, though you're not watching them. I will continue to upload the labs so that when you are ready for them, they will be available. We will also continue to upload videos throughout the holiday, but we will not be having any live session until we up on over into January. When we get over into January, the very first week of school, we will resume the live session at the very same time. We're asking you as much as possible. You see, let me just break away. I was teaching the other day. I tried to teach a pedigree chart. We still don't get there as yet. And we were looking at inheritance of sex-linked traits. And many persons did not understand. So I went on over to the video that we have on the channel for sex-linked inheritance. And when I looked at the views on the video, I realized why persons did not understand, because no one went over to watch the video. Many persons didn't even bother to watch the video. I suggest to you, watch the videos from start to finish. The videos are not things that I just talk about anything. When I'm doing the videos, they are cut square to the syllabus. The videos are cut square to the syllabus, and they are, of course, guided by research and guided by the requirements from the CXC or the CSEC for biology and human and social biology. Like I have said, it is always great having you here. I do hope that you have a wonderful Christmas. We're going to be doing a little Christmas post here and there with some lighting. We have been seeing a lot of lighting, and we want to share it with our friends in the Caribbean. How we're coping during COVID Christmas. So this is our first COVID Christmas, and I tell you, I am seeing some lighting. I'm seeing some lighting. I'm seeing some lighting, and we're going to be on the road capturing some of those lighting to show you what Kingston, Jamaica, and wherever else we travel to, what it looks like at night in Jamaica. I have watched some of the videos thus far. We're most grateful. Thank you very much. When you watch the video, send us a comment, no man. This was a great video. That type of thing, you know. And if it's not great, you still can send us something, good or bad. We make amends. All right. We don't think that we are perfect, and we think that with you watching them and giving us some feedback, we will only make ourselves better. During the other days, I'll make sure to watch all the videos. Merry Christmas in advance. Thank you very much more. We're going to need that. Merry Christmas to you. And I'm begging you guys, please stay safe. Please stay safe. All right, may I beg on to do? Please stay safe. We're going to continue to do some more animation because we're looking at covering the science for all grade levels, from grade 7 right up to 6th form. So we're going to be covering the biology aspect from grade 7 to 6th form, and then I will jump over to other areas to look at the things that I can look at the things that our animation can cover. We're going to be putting some more animation on the road. Yeah, we're going to be having some designated characters that we're going to be using for animation. I have been working on the animation, and I think I'm going to be showing you guys the characters way before I put it live. I really want you guys to see because you're family. I want your feedback. You could do that with a character. You shouldn't do that with a character, that type of thing. So I'm definitely going to be showing you the characters that we're going to be using for animation. We have also done so far some building. We have a couple of buildings that we're going to be using in our set. And of course, we're going to be looking at landscape and animal. We're going to put some more animation into this thing so that the Caribbean children can start enjoying the Caribbean flavor. Probably for too long, we have been consuming things that we have been complaining about. So I do hope that we can bring you something that we will have less complaint. I was trying to do HSB on my own, and when I found your lesson, help a lot. So thank you. I am very grateful that we've been able to help. We do suggest for persons who are doing HSB or doing bio on their own, we usually recommend a summary textbook for you because we know it's very difficult for you to be studying that big book by yourself. And we also never ever suggest that any student study without a syllabus. So you must follow the syllabus and be guided by what's in the syllabus. And usually, when students send us a question, we try to answer as quickly as possible. It is not, I'm not always available, but I'm available a lot of times. So, once I'm available, I respond to your question very, very quickly. If I'm not available, then I will respond in short order. So, we do appreciate that. What we want, however, we want to have more students logging on. We want to have more persons subscribing to the channel. We want to ensure that you are watching the videos to the end. I am happy to say it was last Saturday that we were 3 months old. And of course, we have had I think we're something 90 something videos so far. So by midweek next week, we'll have 100 and something videos online. So we have to be pausing somewhat. That is why we move away from the live for now, so that we can fix the channel, so we can look at the animation, and we can ensure that we're doing some nice labs for you. We have been working out colors for lab and all of that, so that when we do the simulation them look good and all of that, right? So help us to help you. If there's a process in biology that you don't understand, and we can do a simulation for you to better understand, I am family. Send me something in one of the comments and let us see if we can sit down and brainstorm it. Usually, I have to brainstorm it before, I can. If you don't understand something, you can't put it in simulation. While you can go and babble with people and tell them sort of something, when it comes to animation, you have to get it right. You have to get it right, because what is there, when I set this thing to change the color to blue black or to change to brick red precipitate, the color change must be right. You can't have a color changing and you're going to get black before you get brick red. That is never a part of the color change. So you have to know it to get it right. So if there's something that we can work on, let us know. Yes, you do. I am the individual from Trinidad. All right, very good. So I did say I don't know Antindale. I'm not a part of her publishing house. I do get copies of her book from the merchants. And of course, I have used her book, and I think it's a good book for the greater part. So I think that Antindale, her summary book, is a wonderful book, and you probably could use it for, of course, preparation for the examination. And of course, the videos here, and you want to follow the videos. We're looking at doing some other stuff, but I don't want to make any announcement. I want to make pronouncement. So as soon as they are ready, I'm going to say, hey, look what we have gone over and check it out. Remember to invite others to join the family. Get some persons to subscribe. And when they subscribe, have them hit the notification bell and select all. Watch the videos to the end, sit with some friend and talk about it. When you are watching the videos, go into the channel and watch it from the playlist. So go to the playlist. We have a playlist for HSB. So instead of you trying to find out what you should be studying for HSB, just go to the playlist for HSB, click it, and it will play all the videos that are associated with HSB. We have HSB for biology. Go to the biology playlist, click it, and it will play all the videos we have uploaded for biology so far. We have videos for the labs. Go and click the playlist for the labs, and all the labs and how to do the labs will be played. Go on to the playlist. For those persons who have subscribed and you did not hit the notification bell and select all, I'm encouraging you to go back to subscribe, click on the bell, and select all. Because in some cases, when we send out the new videos, you are not privy to the new video, because if you did not select all, you are not going to know that the video is there. And probably when you go back and you check the system, you find 5, 6, 7, because some days we release 4 videos. Some days we don't release any. Some days we'll release 6. I did promise you the dada weed, the love bush, the parasitic vine, and I have a video of it. I have to do a little research, and I'm going to upload a 3 minutes video of the dada weed and what it is, for those persons who said that they did not know or they don't know what the dada weed is, the strangle vine, the love bush, that plant. We are going to be uploading that in short order. I did video the plant today, so as soon as I complete the research on it and of course voicing it, it will be up. I don't want to make any promise. It will be up by January. I have a lot of work working on. All right. So that's going to be it from me tonight. I want you to have a blessed holiday. I want you to share in with your family, sharing with your friends, and remember, if you would not have shared with the less fortunate, then you would not have shared any at all. There are some persons that are way less fortunate than you and I. I don't have any money. I am a teacher, so I am not rich. But I give away 7.5 hours every week to people I don't know, I've never met, I don't know their names. But that is my contribution to people's development. All right. So I suggest to you, share something with somebody. There are some persons on the street side that they're not so sane because life would have hit them real hard. If you can get them something, if you can reach out to them, reach out to them. There are some children who don't have it. There are some homes. There's Salvation Army out there that is doing good. And I have not been paid to do any promotion for anybody. But there are some persons who have been doing good, and we have to big them up. If you go to the supermarket and you see these persons at the supermarket, the Salvation Army people, they are recognized people across the world. Give them something. Don't just bother drop the littlest change into them pan, the 1 cent and the 2 cent and the $1. Give them a little money that they can reach out to somebody and make somebody else's life happy. We have to be a community that care for others. Good evening. Take care.